Hello everyone, greetings. I hope you all are doing great. I'm Marishmita Chatterjee, and today in this video I'm going to put some light on a very important aspect of parenting. Yes, in today's world we know that parenting is quite a bit challenging. With the easy access to social media and OTT platforms, it has become really challenging for parents to put their kids in the right direction. And also, to add to that, we often end up doing certain things that creates a very negative impact in the mind of the kids. So today in this video, I am going to talk about certain points that you should never ever discuss in front of kids. To start with, talking or uttering anything negative about the teachers of the kid in front of them. Well, we know we should not talk about any adult for that matter and point out their negatives in front of the kids. But why am I specifying for teachers? Let me explain that first. So, in my close acquaintances, I have someone. Since a very young age of her kid, she has always been complaining about her teachers in front of her kids. Like the teacher was not good enough, the teacher taught her something which is not correct, blah blah blah, the points went on. 6-7 years down the line, when that particular kid has turned into a teenager, she had started to complain about her teachers every now and then. And she has also been using words like, my teacher is incompetent, my teacher is extremely professional. Again, the term professional taken in a negative way. But I could sense from the child's conversation that whatever she is telling is not coming from her mind, rather she is being fed such kind of information. So what happens, as a parent, we always stay very concerned about what our child is learning and how he or she is growing. And we might not be very fine with the ways and techniques used by his or her teacher. We might not accept everything that is being taught in school. We might often find some mistakes being taught at school as well. But that doesn't mean that we will use a sentence or we will give out a feeling to a kid like your teacher is wrong or your teacher is teaching you something which is incorrect. That way, they lose their respect for their teachers and it becomes extremely difficult for them to listen to those teachers and follow them. And not only that particular teacher, it becomes difficult for them to follow any teachers in the upcoming days. So talking negative about teachers, even if it is valid, should be avoided in front of students. Second is talking about financial crisis. Now, I am always a supporter of the fact that since childhood, financial management should be taught to a child. You can give some amount of money to your child and ask them to fulfill their desires of wearing some chips, or buying some chips or biscuits from the market, so that way they learn financial management. That's absolutely fine. But when you talk about some financial crisis that you're going through, if they can understand that, then it will deeply impact the growth and the development of that particular child. So we need to give an added attention to this. Talking about any sort of problems that is life changing may affect the child in a very negative way, and we need to be extra crucial about it. Something very related to this is talking about death or serious illness in the family. Death is very common in a bigger family if we are born in one. But if we talk in detail about death in front of the kids, that might affect the brain and the immature brain, I would say, that they have, and they might get very much traumatized by it. Even discussing about any sort of serious illness might imbibe some sort of fear in the mind of the kids. So we need to avoid discussing such things at length in front of a kid. Next point is being very cautious about the content that we are watching in front of them. So now we have the OTT platforms, and mostly we know that OTT platforms, they do not have much editorial cuts, and that is why various violent stuffs and sexually implicit stuffs are shown in such kind of contents. So when you're watching such kind of contents in front of your kids, they are getting exposed to certain information or certain things that are not age appropriate for them. And being kids, they get easily attracted to something like that, and they try to replicate that, or they try to get some wrong information from there. So as a parent, we need to be very careful about what our kids are consuming, and also, sharing the same OTT platform with your kids unsupervised can be a deadly combination. Lastly, we should also be very, very careful about the kind of language that is being used in front of a kid. The kind of language that we use as a parent, our kids will automatically replicate that. Even, it is not always about the language, it is also sometimes about the vibe. Suppose one of the parents tells something to the kid, asks the kid to not do something, and the other parent or the grandparents or anyone living along with them start to push the kid to do the same thing, telling that your mom is not here or your dad is not here and I allow you to do this. So such kind of words create a very deep impact in the mind of the kids. They get to feel that only my mom or only my dad is against me doing something which is fun according to me, and they are nothing but a villain in our life. So they do not understand the term villain, but that is how they will try to see that particular parent. And maybe for the time being you will play the child's favorite, but you are going to destroy the future of the child by not giving him or her the time and the concept of understanding what is right and what is wrong for them. So if you're being with a child, if you're a parent, if you're a grandparent, or if you're an uncle or aunt who stays with a child, you definitely need to keep all these points in mind, and that will help in the proper growth and nourishment of a kid. I come with more such interesting videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, and I'm very sure you wait for them. Till my next video, stay fit, keep on learning, and yes, do not forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.